Good morning, guys. Okay, so this morning, as promised, I'm going to be making you HP sauce. So firstly, I'm going to run you through the ingredients, like to see what you're going to need. Okay, so 250 grams of dried pitted prunes. Now we're going to chop these up. 375 grams of soft brown sugar, demerara sugar, it really doesn't matter. 375 grams of sugar. 1 large onion. In this jar, we have about a teaspoonful of fresh ginger. Now it's supposed to be dried ground ginger, but I can't get it here. So it's about a teaspoonful of fresh ginger. We'll try it and see what happens. We have half a teaspoonful of paprika. Again, supposed to be cayenne pepper. I can't really get it. We have half a teaspoonful of allspice and a quarter teaspoonful of nutmeg, ground nutmeg. We have, and this seems a lot, 70 grams of salt. We have 900 millilitres of Sarson's malt vinegar. Now I had to buy this in a gallon off of Lazada because again, unless we drive for an hour and a half down to Mukdahan to Top supermarket, I can't get it. And we have 6, it calls for 4 large Granny Smith's apples. I've got 6 sort of medium apples, which should account for the difference between 4 large. So that being said, guys, I'm going to get everything chopped and I will be back in a flash. Okay guys, so in this large pot here we have our 1 onion, our 250 grams of prunes chopped, and our 6 Granny Smith apples cored and chopped, skins on. You don't need to take them off. Some people do, you don't need to. So into this we are going to add our 70 grams of salt, our 375 grams of sugar, our spice mix that we made up earlier, and our 900 millilitres of malt vinegar. Okay guys, so we're going to get this onto a medium stove. Give it a bit of a stir, and we're going to let that come to the boil. Give it a little mix. We're going to cover this and simmer it for probably about 10 minutes until the fruit is all cooked and tender. And I'll tell you exactly what to do once we get to that stage. This has had between 10 and 15 minutes. And the fruit is absolutely beautiful and soft. The prunes, you can squash them against the side of the pan and they just disintegrate. The apples are the same. So at this stage, you would let it cool just a little bit. And you would get in there with a stick blender and blend this to a nice puree. I don't have a stick blender, so I'm going to be letting this cool for maybe 10-15 minutes. I'm going to be sticking it in my liquidizer and I'm going to be liquidizing it. I think a liquidizer will produce a better result. However, it's far more messy and it's a lot more hassle. So we will cover this, let this cool down for about 15 minutes and then we will liquidize it. This is smelling amazing. This smells just like HP sauce, believe it or not. So this has had about 10 minutes just to cool down a little bit, just to take it off the boil. And it's going to take probably 2 shots at blending this. I don't want to fill this up too high. Last time I did it, I redecorated my wall. Not with brown sauce. It didn't look good. So I think I'll get about half this mixture in each time. Sorry about the noise. Okay guys, that took 3 shots at blending it. Now I blended it for a good 5 minutes each time. And I've washed the pot out that it came out of to get rid of any bits of lumps, anything like that. So we are going back in with this. And I'm going to tell you, I've tasted it. And it is absolutely, it is incredible. I will never be buying HP sauce again. Never. Look at the consistency. Oh, it's sweet, it's fruity, it's sour. It's just everything that HP sauce is not nowadays. I made myself a little cafe yen and sat and drank that while I was waiting on this cooling. Cheers, just finishing it off. If you've not tried this, it's in my last video. This is the last little bit going in. I'm kind of hoping this is about a year's supply, maybe even more. So my girlfriend's just tasted this and she's given it a massive thumbs up. I think it's because it's like sweet and sour and spicy. The depth of flavour in it is what's missing from HP sauce nowadays, guys. Now I've seen people making it. I'm not mentioning any videos, but I watched a few videos to try and get this recipe right. I've seen people making it and using tomato sauce as the base instead of the apples. Now I believe this is what HP are doing now. And this is what makes it cheap and not any good. Molasses. And it's just not the way forward, guys. It's HP getting cheap. So, bear with me guys, I'm just going to scrape because we ain't wasting any of this. Now as hard as this is going to be, this needs left for a week to 10 days to mature. So if you have a look in this pot, this is the result and it is silky smooth. Blender is the way forward. You can use a stick blender if you've got one. It's not going to do anywhere near as good a job as this. This is absolutely perfect, silky smooth. You can see the gloss on it. It is just, and the taste is fantastic. So I'll bring you back shortly, guys. I'm going to cook this out for another 5 minutes just to reduce it down a little bit. I think it's going to thicken up perfectly as it is, but we're just going to bring all these different pots together, get them mixed up, get all the fruits and the prunes or the blended stuff equally distributed amongst this sauce before we actually bottle it. So I will be back shortly, guys. Okay guys, this has had about 5 minutes, just simmering away. I know it's going to thicken up nicely as it cools. Now I have got jam jars, or yeah, I think they're old jam jars, old pasta sauce jars that I've sterilised in boiling water. Just boiled them for 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put that into these jars. It's still quite warm. I'm going to get the lids back on that. Nice and tight. We're going to get a pan on, boiling again. We're going to sit these in this boiling water for about 10 minutes. That will sterilise what's inside the jar, and it will cause this seal to reform. Get yourself a funnel if you're going to do this, guys. I've really made a mess of this. Okay, so you'll see that pops. So we bring that up to the boil. We're going to turn that, we don't want it to boil rapidly, we're going to bring that down to a simmer and just leave those for about 10 minutes. Right, so these 2 jars have been in this water which has been simmering away for about 10 minutes. It's been off for about 5 minutes and it's starting to cool down now. As you'll see, this little popper is slowly getting sucked in and not popping anymore, which means it's vacuum sealed now. I'm going to get these out of the water and I'm going to let them cool down. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm only bottling 2 bottles here. I will do the rest later. I'm going to leave this anyway for a minimum of 10 days to mature before I use it. That way I can get rid of that Heinz muck that I bought, which is, it's not even brown sauce, or it's called Heinz steak sauce. So I'm assuming it's kind of like that A1 stuff you get, which again is not a patch on this. You've got to try this, guys, seriously. From those ingredients, I would say we're going to get 6 jars of sauce Give this a go, guys. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, share this video, give this a try. If you try it, tell me what you think in the comments below. Stick with me, guys, because the next video I am going to be making milk chocolate. And I believe that this is on a par with Cadbury's Dairy Milk. 4 ingredients. So I will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye for now.